Okay, have a seat, guys. Put your hands on your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Flip your switch so that you're here, you're present, you're in your yoga space. Do a couple seated cat cows. Hands on your knees. Start to feel out your back. So dropping your shoulders down towards the center of your spine when you lift your chest and your chin. And then exhaling, really pull your belly button in, round your back, pull chin to chest. And go slowly through the transition. So it's like you're unwrapping something as you make that transition from one arch of your back to the other, rather than just popping back and forth. Good. Sit up tall. Bring length through the crown of your head. Let's really think today, the whole time, about this concept of lengthening your spine. And it's easy to feel that more so when you're seated, supported right here. So feel this lengthening of your spine. Keep the length of your spine. It's like the crown of your head is energetically lifting you up, but your tailbone is drawing down. And then take your right hand to your left knee and take a gentle twist over to the left. Dropping your left shoulder back, maybe tenting your fingers on the floor behind you. Soften your right elbow so your shoulder gets away from your ear. And you kind of land in a first place and then see if you can advance just a little bit more. Good. Now use your exhale to travel back to center. So take a deep breath in and then release everything on your exhale. Come back to center. Do 2 seated cat cows and then we'll go the other direction. This is like your wake up, right? I was craving warm weather today. It's very cold. Be patient through this cold season. Take your left hand to your right
No.
knee. You have snow? You want snow?
Well, there's snow in the forecast.
Well,
Yep.
that's, some of our Canadian friends scoff at us when we talk about snow. our our inch of snow, they laugh at our inch of snow, huh? Bend your left elbow, pull your left shoulder back. Take your chin gently towards your left shoulder. Good. Big twist through the waist here. Take a big breath in. And use your exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach up, catch your right wrist with your left hand, lift almost up out of your seat as you take this big stretch over to the right, opening through your hips. We're going to do this again standing, so feel the lifting of your ribs and think about how when we stand up, we're going to replicate that. In through center, reach through your hands, gaze up, and then switch sides. Catch your left wrist. Get a good grip on that wrist so that you can really anchor through your arms. Good. Release here. Bring your hands down to your knees and then back to center. Close your eyes. And I invite you to dedicate your practice today to someone who is not here and who's less fortunate, less capable, less courageous than you, that you can just send them some good energy, send them the courage, send them the clarity. Take that moment for a dedication for someone, and sending that positivity is quite powerful. Bringing it outside of ourselves and using it as a gift. When you're ready, open your eyes and let's move our things out of the way. You might want to keep your block handy along the side, alongside the left side of your mat. And meet me in your downward facing dog, friends. Get there as slowly as you like. Weekender down dogs are the best, right? Shake your head side to side. Hopefully, this is not a day where you feel like you have a schedule driving you. Sometimes during the week, we have a schedule driving us. Just let this space and time fill you up. Is that possible to open your head here, open your mouth, sigh out, and just drop your other priorities and expectations? Big sigh out. Really push your chest towards your thighs. Good work. Straighten your legs, look between your thumbs. Take a slow walk to your hands. And if you're able to, as you walk, you won't be able to do it the whole way, but lift the opposite leg and then press your heel to the floor. So you start to get a little bit of length through the backs of your legs. Some of you are going to need to tent your fingers or even put your hands on a block. And some of you are going to get to a certain point and then you're going to realize you can't get any more until you start to lift your chest. That's okay. We're all going to meet at the top of the mat in the forward fold with your feet on the floor, knees about hip width distance apart. Soften everything, let your head hang. If it's not too much, right out of the gate here, wrap your arms around the backs of your legs. Take a big squeeze. Good. Take a full breath in and a full breath out before you release your hands. And then letting your toes be light, heels are driving into the floor, roll all the way up. Really one vertebrae at a time. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Breathing in, as you lift your gaze, reach your arms up and then catch your right wrist with your left fingers. Lift up and lean over to the right. Turn your gaze just a little to the left and try to keep your hips aligned. Get the length through the left side of your body. Good. Inhale, reach up, separate your hands, reach up, goal post your arms, gentle back bend, chest up, squeeze shoulder blades together. Good. And then inhale, reach up and catch your left wrist with your right hand and lean. You know, even just learning to listen to left wrist, right heel, lean left, all of that is just, forget the physical part, it's good brain training. Reach really long here, but try to keep your right foot on the floor. Good. Inhale, come back up through center, and exhale, find your forward fold. Breathe in to your flat back. Good. Step your right foot back, drop your back knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up. You're in this nice low lunge. For some of you, if you have really tight hips, this might feel really nice because you can walk your foot more over to the right. And if you need a little something underneath your back knee, put your pillow there. Because we're going to just be here for a couple breaths. Drop your shoulders. If this is too much for the arms, give yourself some space today. You could take hands to heart center. Let's focus more on your hip flexor, just leaning forward. Good. Let's all take a big breath in, reach up, and then exhale and look at me. As you put your hands, instead of putting your hands right down, you're just going to pivot and put your hands out long ways and take this right foot out to the side. Hands on the floor, gently dropping your hips back a little bit. So see what I did? I was right foot still stayed the dominant one. I just switched around on that knee. Good. You guys got it. There you go. Tommy, you're looking real 2021 with your ponytail. It's very stylish.
Keep the hair out of my face. I need a haircut.
Yeah, that's the thing now. The man bun, it's a thing, right? All right. So Chris and Marco, you got goals for 2021. All right. Let's do some man buns.
Nope.
Huh? No? No man buns?
Matthew's got a man in our house.
Yeah.
It's good. It's all good, right? All right. Walk yourself back over. You might want your block underneath your right hands. And now we're going to lift that back leg. Put hands on the floor. It's like you're in a lizard with your back knee lifted. All right, so I turned back around to the right foot. So look, I was here. Then I just shifted back around to where we were before. All right, if it's too much, that back toe, Susan, just drop that back foot. All right, and some of you might want your hands on a block. Good. If you can stay with your left hand on the block or the floor, peel your right arm up towards the sky. Push off through that left wrist. Reach here. Good. Again, some of you might be like, no bueno, drop your back knee. That's fine. Breathe here. Reach like I'm pushing on your right hand. I'm pushing on your palm. Very good. Put your right hand down, left knee is lifted. Walk yourself around. Now you're in the side facing forward fold. So this is kind of what a moon flow is like. You crawl around a little bit rather than going through the chaturanga. Find this nice wide stance, deep forward fold. See if you can find a spot for your hands or your head. So you don't have to go into your very, very full side facing forward fold just yet, but do find the depth that you've got this first round. If all the weight's in your toes and you're clenching, relax your feet. Try to open into the outer arches. Push your tailbone back a little bit. Good. Breathe in, find a flat back. Belly nice and tight, hands on your hips, stand all the way up. Chris, this is not a squat. Drop your toes out to the sides, bend your knees. This is a stretchy place, okay? Find this as a horse pose just for opening. So dropping your tailbone down, nice deep squat here, just for opening up those inner thighs. Good work. Straighten your right leg, scooch it forward, find your extended side angle. I'm sorry, I lied. Straighten your left leg. There you go. Okay, see how easy it was to switch. That's very good. Reach nice and long through your left hand. Very nice, friends. Turn your gaze up. Breathe, and then take your triangle pose. Now you straighten your right leg, and you just let that arm. Some of you are going to need to pull back up out of that a little bit. That's fine. You're looking for a length through the left side of your body. Breathe. Gaze up towards your left thumb if you can. And if you're not connected with your breath, let's start dialing into that concentration. Breathe in, reach through your left fingers also. Breathe. Good. Come back. Flow to your warrior two. And then straighten both legs. Reach up, star pose. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Walk your feet in and drop down into your malasana squat. So this is feet more narrow. Some of you are going to want to sit on your block, right, which is fine. Some of you can just find that good low squat, really good for your tight inner thighs here. Lift your chest, lift your chin if you can. Take a big breath in. Good. And then from your fingers to the floor, stand all the way back up. Toe heel your feet together, and we're back in a forward fold. You can walk around back to the top of your mat. Reset in your forward fold here. Let your head hang like we did before. Maybe grab around the backs of your legs or opposite elbow. Take a deep forward fold. Good. Big breath in. All right, this time you're going to take your right knee back. Drop it to the floor. Make sure you've got your block, maybe along the left side of your mat. And inhale, reach up. Good. Reach here. I'm going to turn myself around so I won't be away from you, but I've still got my left foot forward, okay? Good. If some of you want to bring your hands together at heart center, that's totally fine. Let this be more about opening through your right hip. So look at how much of a stack I have in my left knee. So you should have this stack, knee right over ankle, and that's where you want to like plant your foot and stay there. Christy, we got our left foot forward in a low lunge.
Thank you. Sorry. Grocery delivery.
That's exciting. Fun
Yeah.
times. Breathe in. Good. Bring your hands to the floor. Walk yourself around now. If you're facing away from me, this is the same thing we did before. Your left foot is out, right? You're on your right knee, and then you just gently push back a little bit. Take your hands forward, reach back. Good. This is always an option for me where I notice a big difference between my left and right. You know, grocery delivery is something that I'll keep that actually from COVID. I like that.
Yeah, me too. I plan
I
on
like
never
that.
going in a grocery store again.
Yeah, me too. I like that. I like that. Well, I don't know about that, but I like it. All right, come all the way back up, friends, and walk yourself back over to your left foot. All right. And here we go. You might want to put your hands on your block if they aren't comfy on the floor. Lifting your right knee. All right. You're in this modified lizard here, hands on the floor. Left knee is still bent. So look, I walked myself back around and I've got that same stack of left foot right over knee, right under knee. Good. All right. Stay here for a moment. Widen your collarbone. And then prepare, nice strong right arm. We're going to peel left hand up towards the sky. You might want your right hand on the block. If you need to drop your back knee, then drop your back knee. The energy is through your hand, like I'm pushing on your palm. So if your hand is kind of disconnected from your arm, spark your fingers, straighten your elbow. This hand holding me up is really strong also. Breathe. Good. Put the left hand back on the floor, pivot yourself around, and now you're in the side facing forward fold. Second time, so get there maybe a little bit deeper this time. Again, use your block. Some of you might be striving to get your head to the block or to the floor. Good. Very nice, Nicole. You know, what's awesome is all of you have either your hands or your head reaching to the floor, which is a lot of progress. So this is very, very good. Subtle changes in your body. Sometimes you don't even really realize it till you kind of look back a big distance. Let's take some deep, deep breaths here with your mouth closed. So fill up and then control the exhale out your nose. Can you tap into your Ujjayi breath here? So you have your mouth closed. That's a powerful pranayama breath. Gives you energy. Listen for the exhale. Very good, friends. Lift to a flat back. Toe heel your feet in just a little bit. Stand all the way up. Good. This time, left toes turn out. Bend your left knee. Arms come out to a quick warrior two, and then extended side angle. Left elbow to your left thigh. Reach. Close your eyes here. Feel your right fingers reaching into space, reaching into possibility. If you have a little bit more opportunity to sink down in your left thigh, take it for this last breath. That little adjustment can make a big shift. Good. Now we're going to find triangle. Keep your upper body in line and you just straighten your left leg best you can. Really good. Good transition. Alana, look at you in your triangle. Excellent. Reach up. Tommy, you should be proud of her.
Oh, yes.
Reach up here. Reach through fingertip to fingertip. You're one straight line. Good. Now can you kind of let your right hand lead as you fall back into your warrior two? Good. And then straighten both legs, reach up, star pose. So you straighten both up, reach up. Good. I know some of you are facing away from me. You're doing great. Toe heel your feet together and we go back down into Malasana squat, all the way down to the floor. Good. If this is too much, you can always sit down on that block. Just get that opening here. We don't spend much time in this position, but it's actually a natural squat for the way your skeleton is made. It's just that we get tight and it's not so natural anymore, right? So sitting up nice and tall, crown of your head lifted. If you've ever seen documentaries about indigenous peoples who don't have chairs and desks and computers, look at how they sit. We have the same skeletons, we just have different functions that we do with it. All right, one more breath here. Put your hands on the floor, push all the way up to straighten your legs. Toe heel your feet together, take a forward fold. Good work. Walk yourself back to the top of your mat and roll all the way up. Stand up, reach up, mountain pose, and we'll close the way we started. Catch your right wrist, reach and lean over to the left. Inhale, lift up. Goal post your arms, little back bend. On your exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, push your hip bones forward. Good. Inhale, reach up. Catch your left wrist with your right hand, lean. Squeeze out all the stuff that's stuck. Come back up through center. Let it all go. Forward fold. Exhale out. Good. Breathe in. Find your flat back. Step back to your high plank. Stay here for one breath and then push gently and slowly into your downward facing dog. And find a down dog that you've got a lot of stability. So if you feel like you're stretched too far apart, walk your feet in just half a foot's distance or so that you're steady on the mat. Check in that your knees are a little soft, feet are hip width distance apart. Nicely done. Take your right leg up towards the sky. Bend your knee, press your left heel down, and try to open through your hip. If this is too much, you can drop your left knee to the floor. But if you can stay here in this one leg down dog and really open through that hip, you get a huge, huge, big stretch here. Breathe. Very good. Gently put your right foot down and shift forward into your high plank. Take a big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, and then flow back. Good, to your downward facing dog. And those of you that are making adjustments, listen to your body. Thank you for making your adjustments. Let's take our left leg up. Press your right heel down so you get as much of your right foot on the floor as you can. Open through that leg, open through your hip. Maybe looking underneath your left armpit. Good, breathe. Very nice. Put your left heel down. Breathe in, shift forward to your high plank. Good. One more big breath in your high plank. Drop to your knees, push back, child's pose. Stretch it out in your child's pose. We're not going to settle here for very long, so if your forehead doesn't quite reach the floor, just keep the length through your shoulders, because now you're going to flow forward into your modified upward dog and then back into that child's pose. And you don't have to go super fast, but you don't have to go crazy slow either. Just finding this opening through your back. And even though you're softening, think about how you're doing both. You're soft, like your jaw is not tight. You're not making a bad face, right? But you're also engaged. So if you're just sagging into your shoulders here, you're not going to get the alignment. So hug in through your torso, even as you're being soft. Let's do one or two more together. Good. We'll all meet in tabletop. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flow with your hands to the floor or to the block, lifting your right foot up off the floor. We're looking for some length through the back of your right leg. And we're going to go back and forth this way a few times. Then we're going to transition to standing up and do half moon. So while you're down here on the ground, find your block and put your block so you'll be able to grab it near the outer right corner of your mat. All right, so it's got to be away from your foot, out in front. Okay, and now we'll flow a couple times through that place. So dropping your toes up to the sky, leaning back, straight right leg, good, and then flowing forward. Just find this transition, the dynamic stretch. Did any of you see the Facebook share I did yesterday? I Googled, Nicole, what we were talking about, if foam rolling helps with cellulite. Did you see?
I
If you
did.
didn't see, okay. If you didn't see, I'm not going to tell you what it says because I need more people to look at my Facebook page for Yoga Lemonade. So go look at it. Okay. There's your teaser. It's good news. I'll tell you that, right? All right. Right foot on the floor. Lift back up. We're going to meet in Warrior One. So if you need to get there a different way, that's okay. Square up here, reach, take a breath in, connect your breath through this next few moves, and exhale, open to your warrior two. Good, reverse your warrior right arm up and over. Come back to your warrior two. Next time we do that, we're gonna take our half moon. So remember, your right hand's gonna go to the block. So think about this, reverse your warrior. Your job is to try to float. So go slow, push off your back leg. Find your balance, right hand to the floor or to the block. And start to peel your left arm up towards the sky. A strong left leg helps you balance. Find your half moon. Right. Really nice, Christy. Flex your foot, drive through your left heel, reach through your hand. Once you get there, good. Then the physics of that strong leg help keep you up. Now, can you come to warrior two really gentle? So hug everything in. Excellent. No elephants. There we go. Drop down into your warrior two. Very nice. Reverse your warrior, reach up and over and take it back down to the mat. Left knee back down, right foot back down. Take your child's pose. Good. Creep your fingers over to the right. Big stretch through the left side of your body. Look for length, right? Come back through center, creep your fingers over to the left. Look for length all the way from your arm into your hip. Good. Come back through center, reset in a big exhale, downward facing dog. Good. All right, before we do the other side, option to add a flip dog. If you want to modify, you just keep your knee down on the opposite side. All right, so here we go. Big breath in, right leg high. Bend your knee. You can stay right here. You could drop your left knee or go ahead, drop your right foot, flip your dog. Feet turn towards the like the number 11, reach up. From your skin to muscle to bone, you're hugging in, but you're not in a fight with yourself. You're just aligned, hugging in. Now bring it back around, right hand right under your shoulder, side plank. Make this transition. Good. Relying on your alignment as well as your strength. So less fight. Good. More using the bones that you have. Very awesome, guys. Both hands to the floor. Take rest if you need it, or take it back to your downward facing dog and just pedal it out here. Good. If you're taking rest, come back to your downward facing dog. Reclaim your breath, close your mouth. All right, that fast breath, that's just you working, but close your mouth. Keep that energy inside, left leg up towards the sky. Bend your knee open through your hip. Option to stay right here. Drop your knee or flip your dog. Go all the way around. Here we go. If you want to modify, Then you would just have your right knee down, left foot back behind you, and left leg, left arm up towards the sky. Very good, guys. Come around, modified or full side plank. So to modify, you can have your left knee on the floor and just reach up through your right arm. That's still really nice. You guys are doing great. Strong, hug in. All right, less fight, more using what you already have. Bring it back around. Very good. Push into your downward facing dog. And then shift forward to high plank. Drop both knees. Step your left foot forward. You're in your low lunge. Inhale, reach up. If you are checked out, open your eyes, refocus your gaze. Get a little moment here to breathe and do that. Good. And then bringing hands to floor or block, stretch out your left foot, straighten out your leg. Get that length through the back of your left heel. And here we go. We're going to move the block over to the left corner of the mat. Okay, because we're doing the same thing on this side. And then find your flow a few times. I like to lift up my arms because it's like I get the length that I'm trying to find through the upper torso, and then keep that length as I brought my shoulders down. So rather than just sinking back in, keep the lift and the length as you then make that transition. So flowing a couple times, good. Really nice. Nice form, Michaela, very good. All right, friends, we're gonna go to warrior one. So next time you have your left foot forward, lift your right knee, plant that back foot. Meet me in your warrior one. Shoulders have so much space between your tops of your shoulders and your earlobes. Bring them down. Good. Open to your warrior two. We'll reverse our warrior one time. And then the next time you'll go to your half moon. So left arm up and over, reach. Keep your left knee bent. Use the space that you've got. Come back to your warrior two. Settle. Think about where you're going to go. Reverse your warrior again. Reach. Hug those glutes in. Strong float. Left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky. Half moon. Good. Draw your shoulder blades together. I think flexing your lifted foot and really pushing through the heel helps give you a sense of alignment in that free floating space. And you want your hands to be wrist to wrist. Really reaching. Good, Chris. All right, nice and steady. Start to soften your left knee and gently, gently step your right foot back. Come back to your warrior two. You did it. Good. Strong belly. Reverse your warrior and windmill your hands back down to the floor. Take your left knee back. Drop into your child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Roll that head a little bit side to side. Good. This time take your knees out wide. Soften your elbows a little closer to your body, and then thread your right arm under your left armpit and take a nice big stretch here. Some of you might want to take a half bind with your left hand since you've had plenty of reaching already. Good. Just reaching that left arm around behind you, pulling your left shoulder back. Good. Release your left hand. Gently come through center and just switch the other way. Thread your left arm under your right armpit. I invite you to play with that half bind, reaching your right hand behind you, palm is facing away. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Come back through center. flow now from your hands and knees into that modified up dog. We'll do that 3 or 4 times and then actually lower all the way down onto your belly. It's funny how your expectations can stop you from doing something that might actually be something you really like. Like I was listening to some people that we know last week saying, "Oh, yoga, I just can't do that. It's so bendy and like everybody wants you to be so quiet and I don't like that." And we're all going to meet all the way down, guys, when you're ready, all the way to the floor. They were like, "I would rather just do that, by myself because I don't want to have like people telling me what to do." Just all these excuses. And I was like, you really don't know what you're talking about. So, right? You don't know until you've tried, you just have all these expectations. I know I do the same thing. I have expectations or judgments about things that I really don't know. So if you don't do that about yoga, but if you're doing that about something else, let it go. Locust pose. So chin or forehead to the mat, arms are alongside you, palms down. Start by pressing your hands into the floor. Lift your chest. Keep your back of your neck long, so gaze is down. If this is causing any kind of seizing in your back, then you're going to just stay right here or even relax just a little bit more. If you're okay, I want you to hug your glutes in, press your hip bones down, try to lift your toes. Let those feet float. Good. Gaze is still down. Press through the floor, draw your shoulder blades together, and then you can try to let your hands float. Again, listen to your body. So just go to the spot, right, where you're strong but not seizing up. Very good. And then let's lower everything down, no matter where you are. Lower everything down to the floor. Rest your cheek on the mat and bend your knees. Windshield wiper back and forth. Oh, that feels good in your lower back.
What?
Okay, friends, one more time. This time the option to interlace your fingers behind your back if you'd like. There's really not any different benefit from that other than just a bigger shoulder stretch. So if that's not of interest to you, then don't do that. All right, so we're going to start one step at a time, though, lifting your shoulders, engaging here. Open your eyes, let your gaze be to the floor, then press hip bones down, lift your legs. And now some of you might lift your hands or interlace your fingers behind your back. Just a deeper shoulder stretch. If that hurts, then don't do that. All right, we want to be really more attentive and tender with your back. Good. Not ignoring it. You're doing great. You're squeezing through those back muscles and then just relax, relax, relax. Let it all go. Turn your opposite cheek to the mat. Bend your knees. Swish those knees side to side. Good. Rolling over, taking your right hand out, putting it palm down and rolling over onto your right side. So you get a big stretch through your right shoulder. So that hand is flat to the floor and then rolling over. And bend your left knee, catch your ankle if you can. Good. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. A little bit of pressure on that right arm. Think about just gently, gently pulling your left knee back. That's your counter stretch to squats right there, Chris. So, all right, let that go. Gently, gently come back through center. Before you do the other side, take Sphinx pose. Palms to the floor. Elbows right underneath your shoulders, push through the mat. So I'm pushing energetically, forearms into the floor, not just collapsing here. See the difference? I really push up. Get that release through your back. Good. All right, and then lowering all the way down. Take your left hand out, palm to the floor. Gently roll over onto your left side. Take it in steps. See if you can reach for your right ankle. Some days you might not be there. Some days it might be really like a great opportunity. Just feel that out. wherever you are. If you've got that catch in your right ankle, pull your right knee back. If you don't quite reach your right ankle, you can just take that right foot behind you and you still get a nice big stretch here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, breathe. Good, release that foot. Here, come back through center. Sphinx pose again, lifting your chest. Some of you may want to progress to seal pose, so hands are staying on the floor and you just push and lift your elbows. All right, yeah. Oh, couple breaths like that, breathe. Good, lower all the way down. Let's do floor bow, one or both ankles. So bending your knees, you can reach just for one ankle and keep your head down. Just find that stretch here, one leg at a time. If you need to roll over on your side, that might help you like we did before. Some of you might be ready to go ahead and bend both knees, catch both ankles, forehead down, and then as you flex your feet and press into your shins, you can lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. And I would like you, all of you are doing great. Keep your gaze down because you want that line from the back of your neck to your tailbone to be really, right? We're lengthening the spine. Good. Flex your feet, breathe. Chris Hone, that is amazing. Awesome job. Let go here, let go, let it go. All the way down. Last time, windshield wiper your knees, side to side. Very good, friends. Let's take a full upward dog. So bring your hands more alongside your armpits and gently push your chest all the way up to get straight arms. Nice. Tuck your toes, lift your knees if you can, and release into your downward facing dog. That's your counter pose here for your back. So take time to move around, bending your knees, shifting weight from hip to hip here in your downward dog. If you want to lift a leg, that can feel good. If you feel stable, you can take your right hand, reach for your left calf, take a little extra peek underneath your left armpit. But if you feel like that's going to make you fall down on your head, then don't do that. If you've got your left calf, switch hands. Put your right hand down. Left hand under. Good. Very good, guys. Breathe in. All right, we're going to sit down at the top of the mat. You can practice a jump through if you want. So bending your knees, you're going to hop, cross your ankles and sit down, or just laugh at that idea and just sit down. Okay? Either way is all good. That's good. That's good. Stick your legs out in front of you. Use your strap if you want to. We're going to reach for our feet. Start with an L sit, so getting up really high. And then fold forward. Try to keep that line of a flat back as long as you can, and then you soften your elbows. Good. And you, by this point, start to know where you are. So you start to know, oh, I'm going to need a strap, or I'm going to want a block behind my feet to give me more of a stretch. Or if you've got your blanket, you can put that rolled up underneath your knees. It gives you a little less height than a block, but maybe a little bit more opportunity to go forward. Good. Now drop your chin to your chest, like your forehead is going to go to your ankles. So not forehead to thighs, right? Then we're rounding and crunching. Forehead like it's reaching forward and going to rest on your shins. If you can do that, I'll give you a sticker. But if not, just think about it, right? That's the way we're going. That's the energy of your body here. I'll mail you a resistance band. How about that for a prize?
That's not a prize.
That's not a prize. Eduardo, I warn you, Eduardo is very into resistance bands these last couple weeks. So there's some
Good
resistance
news, I don't
bands.
have one.
coming your way. Oh, he wants me to send everybody a link on the, I'll put it on the app, the link to the Amazon ones that his personal favorite. You just wait. Ay, ay, ay. All right, friends, unwind here. Take a reverse tabletop for your counter stretch. So hands go to the floor, fingers towards your heels, bend your knees, squeeze shoulder blades together, and press your hips up. Let your head hang. If this is too much, then you can just kind of relax back this way with your butt still on the floor. Okay, good. Press up. All right, try swinging your hips between your hands as you go back to sit all the way down. And lower. Take cobbler's pose, soles of your feet together, fold forward. Remember, our theme is lengthen your spine. So rather than collapsing, right, sit up tall, and then your chin is leading. Your chest tries to stay nice and open, collarbones wide as you fold forward. You'll notice it's a totally different degree that you can go, and also a different alignment for your and intensity for your stretch. Good. Close your mouth. Find your breath. Good. Like you're being pulled from your shoulder blades, lift back up. Straighten out your left leg. Pick up your right foot. Work that leg out just a little bit for a moment. This is a little bit of core work because you're sitting up nice and tall. All right. Here, this one's going across, okay, to the floor. If that's too much, just put it inside. See me? So I took my right foot, put it across. If that's gonna like be too crazy, just set it right next to you. Tommy, this might be better for you, just right inside of your,
Yeah.
okay. If you're here, we're gonna twist towards the bent knee. Some of you might wanna pull your left foot under and you're good, all right? Taking this twist in a shoelace, that's right. Some of you might want to take your left elbow, see if you can hook it on the outside of your right knee. That's nice, Christy. And take this twist. Good twist. Marco, your dog likes that. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Lifting through the crown of your head. Inhale, exhale, unwind. All right, depending if your legs are crossed here, I'd like you to come to double pigeon. So you just pulled, see, I was here and I just pulled this right heel on top of the left thigh. If you have this leg out, I'd like you to go to a seated pigeon like this with your right ankle on top of your left leg. Good. And now wherever you are, if this is still too much, you could also have it just inside here, fold forward a little bit. All right. So you might be here. Everybody good? All right, we're folding forward. Okay. If that's not in the cards, then don't fold forward. But and if you can fold forward, you got all kinds of like, length through the backs of your hips. Go for it. Walk your hands forward. Go all in. Ah, you should be warm in your back by now with all the things that we did, so you should be able to safely find that length. Good. Mobility, right? You don't think like it's just so that you could do splits and things. It's mobility. It's so that when you do something like a lunge, you actually have space and length in the toned muscle to be able to hold your legs apart, right? You have to have both. If you were just flexible, then you would just be like injuring your joints by dropping in there. And if you were just really strong, then you wouldn't have the ability to step your legs apart and bend that knee. All right, friends, unwind. Okay, and we're going to go the other way. So now left knee comes in, Some of you are going to stay here, right leg out. Some of you are going to cross left foot over. Some of you are going to pull your right knee in. All right, that's all our variations here. Everybody good?
Yep.
Both hip bones on the floor? Good. All right, take your twist. Good tall spine, belly in tight, and twist towards your left leg. Use the lever that you've got built in already in your right arm to help you find that twist. Good. Take your shoulders down away from your ears. That's always our challenge. Gaze is soft, jaw is soft. Close your mouth. Breathe with me. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. Each exhale, you find a little bit more. Last breath in. Exhale, twist, and then release. If you are in shoelace, find double pigeon, so stacking your shins. If you have one leg out, just bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Sit up tall, and then fold forward, wherever you are. Good, and I see some of you intuitively reach with your strap or your hands if you have your leg extended for that leg, that's good. And if you're in this fire log pose, double pigeon here, then you can fold forward and you're just gonna get the compression and length that you can. You can creep your fingers forward. Good, as we get to the close of our practice, I asked you at the beginning to think about dedicating your practice today to someone. I was reminded of that by Christy's comment at the beginning that, you know, as much as this has been challenging, really, we are all fortunate. It's an inconvenience to need to be at home. It's an inconvenience to not have the luxuries that we're used to. So be grateful here and be generous. Got one more breath. And then lift back up. Unwind. Take your legs out and roll onto your back. Maybe grab your block on the way so that you could take a waterfall for your final rest. So you've got 30 seconds or so you could lay all the way down on your back. Use a wall or a piece of furniture if you want to. I like just having my hips on the block. Letting your arms open out to the sides, relaxing your jaw, taking a couple deep breaths. Whatever else you have to do today, whatever people you interact with today, decide right now just to be light. Just be light. Let go of the expectations, let go of the judgments, let go of the perceptions of how it's supposed to be just for today. You don't have to let go forever, but just for today, see what that's like. Give yourself that pass. Most likely it's not other people that have those expectations, it's you. Let that go. Take full deep breaths here in your rest. Good. If your legs are up, very gently lower them to the floor. You can keep your hips still on the block so that they lift and open. Once you get your feet to the floor, reach your arms up above your head and take a big, big stretch. Toning your nervous system to not be in a fight or flight mode. Giving yourself the space. Lift your hips, take the block away, and then roll over onto your side. Take a moment and pause here, and then gently lift all the way up. Bring your hands to heart center as you find your seat. With sincerity and gratitude, thank you for joining for our practice today, for sharing a moment in your Saturday. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.